Go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how he doing this type of tacos, baby. Pull up, baby. Little baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing it big around this
neighbors, a lot of families, even kids were there when those bullets were flying around in that community. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcedo picks up our team coverage tonight. And Angelina, you actually spoke with neighbors concerned for their safety in their own backyards.
That's correct, and that's because the apartments that are here are literally right across the street from where this shooting happened. Neighbors here frustrated that this music video shoot ended the way that it did. One woman who was caught in the middle of the crossfire tells me she's lucky to be alive.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for little baby to come buy my tacos up.
Chastity Hill says she got caught in the middle. Two people were shot next to her. A video she took before the shooting shows rapper Lil Baby on set of the music video.
Baby, there he go, there he go.
I thought it was just a prop for the video shoot, but then we found out later it was something different.
Eric Haynes in the homes across the street. His 7-year-old daughter outside when the shots rang out.
I heard shooting.
What did it sound like?
Pow, pow, pow.
Tonight, he's glad she's safe.
Blessed. Of course I'm blessed. I would never want to have anything happen to my daughter.
But the frustration between this community continues to grow.
We have had several shootings, several killings in the district, unfortunately. I actually on the way to a neighborhood meeting now, the Dixie Hills Neighborhood Association meeting, to talk about things like this. And then I got this call and came here. So it's frustrating. It's all hands on deck. Everybody, our law enforcement and the community needs to come together, begin to solve these issues.
Hello everyone, this is Free Smoke TV News, and we're back with breaking news on Lil Baby. 7 of Lil Baby's Opps have been arrested for the shooting that took place about 9 months ago in the northwest section of Atlanta during a music video shoot where Lil Baby and his crew decided to go to his Opps neighborhood and record a music video. Obviously, that didn't go so well, and while still behind bars, the leader of Lil Baby's Opps ordered a hit on a cell phone that he was not supposed to have. Then the 7 shooters got in their cars and drove to where Lil Baby was shooting the video for his song, and they shot the place up. Now, in the aftermath of all this, there was children shot and slain. One had just turned 13 years old. I think he was 13 for, they said, 27 minutes or so before losing his life. And that is just very sad and heartbreaking, and condolences to his family and friends. Prayers and thoughts are with you. As well as the other child that was slain in this incident, our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends as well. Very sad all around. Hopefully these people are brought to justice. This just shouldn't have happened. And now the news is reporting that the police are looking for Lil Baby for an arrest warrant. So it looks like Lil Baby will also be going to jail, and I assume some of his affiliates will also be being arrested as well. I'm not sure if they defended themselves or what, but it looks like the police do not care and they're locking everyone up. 2 children lost their lives in this, one on his birthday. This is a big deal. They're not going to just sweep this one under the rug.
That Atlanta police believe a shooting that resulted in the deaths of 2 teens happened because of a Lil Baby music video. This afternoon, police announced 2 additional arrests made in connection to the shooting last summer.
And then police say that this was all the result of tension, of beef between 2 gangs. The 11 Alive's Erica Murphy is live from police headquarters with the very latest. So Erica, what led police to these arrests?
Well, Ron, they say that a wiretap between a man sitting behind bars and some of the suspects is one of the things that tipped them off to all of the people they've arrested so far. They also shared that the plot for this deadly shooting runs deep. In fact, we have confirmed after looking over arrest warrants for the 7 people implicated in this deadly shooting that one of the people they're looking at is Atlanta-based rapper Lil Baby.
Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital.
On July 2nd, a shooting at the Oakland City West End Apartments claimed the life of 13-year-old best friends Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. The pair were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Another child, just 11, was also shot.
This Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
Officials say Atlanta police, along with the FBI, have been working for months to bring the people responsible for taking these two young lives to justice. Major Ralph Woolfolk says that the killings are tied to a gang rivalry that escalated during a video shoot.
Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Tonight, 11 Alive has confirmed rapper Lil Baby is named in arrest warrants in the shooting deaths of 13-year-olds Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis. The shooting happened last summer in the Oakland City West End Apartments on Peoples Street. Police described it as gang violence escalated by a Lil Baby music video shoot. Investigators say members of the Goodfellas gang orchestrated the attack from behind bars using a contraband cell phone.
All right, so there you have it. Police have an arrest warrant for Lil Baby. I'm sure they're looking for a few of his friends as well. It's usually how this is going to go. They said that they had a bunch of people jumping into cars, triaging wounds. I mean, I don't know what else they're supposed to do. I will say that, whether you're right or wrong, once you get hit in a gun battle, you're going to want to get yourself together. So kind of odd that he said it that way, like it was illegal to treat wounds, but nonetheless, Lil Baby with an arrest warrant, and I don't know where we go from here, but it's not going to look good for Lil Baby. They're going to try to throw the book at him. This bald-headed cop, I'm not sure of his name, he looks like he means business. I can tell. He's looking to make a name for himself off of Lil Baby, and he's probably going to do it due to the nature of these crimes. For now, we're just going to have to wait and see and let time go by and see how this thing plays out. It's going to be hard. It's going to be an uphill battle for both parties involved, especially the guys that sent the hit. Lil Baby and his team maybe have a better shot. If none of the bullets that they fired hit any of the younger children that passed or were hit in this gun battle, they have a better chance. Everybody's going to go down for this at least sometime, I'm sure. I don't think this is a situation where anyone's going to walk with probation or parole. They're going to sit in jail for this. They're going to make an example. All right, everybody. Before I leave, I just want to say thank you to everyone for getting us up to 1,000 subscribers. That really helps the channel out and helps me out with being able to give you guys content in these long videos and in the shorts. I plan on doing more long videos in the future and, just continuing doing what I'm doing with the shorts and just really expanding in the months coming up. So thank you to everybody who has been down from day one and who's just joined us. I appreciate everyone. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. It really does. So once again, thank you to everyone that's supporting the channel, everyone that liked, commented, and subscribed. We appreciate you. All right, and that's all we have for you today. 7 arrested in connection to the shooting of Lil Baby's video shoot 9 months ago. And arrest warrant for Lil Baby and probably his friends. And we will leave you with the press conference that the police had moments after arresting the 7 individuals that sought to gun down Lil Baby and company for shooting the video on their territory. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. This has been Free Smoke TV. This was the news, and we're off.
Good afternoon. I'm Major Pete Malecki. I'm over our major crime section. So as Chief Shearbaum stated, several weeks after this incident took place, we were out here holding a very similar press conference, and we were asking for the help from the community. In just a moment, I'm going to show you some pictures of 7 individuals that we were able to take into custody in conjunction with this tragic incident. I stood here and told you the story how on July 2nd, just after midnight of last year, we had 2 13-year-olds and 11-year-old celebrating the birthday of Lamont Fremont. He had just turned 13, and he got to experience about 30 minutes of being a teenager before his life was taken. And when I turn it over to Major Woolfolk, he's going to discuss some of the investigative techniques and really the gang involvement and the gang ties that led to this incident taking place. But one thing I want to make absolutely clear, and I said it then and I'll say it again, these kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these 2 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement. We didn't have interactions with them as a police department. They were good kids in the community, and unfortunately, their futures, their lives were taken. So I do want to thank all the community members that gave us tips and information on this case. And while I can't say necessarily that one individual tip broke this thing open, each tip is like a little puzzle piece. And we took every one of those, glued them together, and we're able to thankfully bring this case to resolution. And I will say that even though we have made 7 arrests, we never stop working cases. So if anyone has more information, we would ask that you do bring that forward, provide that to us, and we will certainly investigate every detail of those tips. So right now we're going to show some images of the individuals that we have made arrests on. So 5 of these individuals we already had in custody, we had arrested. Some of them were in jail on previous charges not related to this. So once we established probable cause, we're able to serve the jails in which they're housed with these arrest warrants. So the first one there is Mr. Sanders. Let's flip in. Richard Hollis. Reginald Thomas. Marcus Crawford. Mr. Mobley. Traydon Crawford. And Traydon is one of the individuals that we took into custody yesterday. And then the final 7th individual is Mr. Ollie Caldwell. If you notice with these individuals, 2 of them share the same last name. It's because they are brothers. So it seems like there was some type of family history of gang activity, gang involvement. And unfortunately, on the night of July 2nd, that escalated to 2 13-year-old children losing their lives. So I'm going to turn it over to Major Ralph Woolfolk, and he will discuss a little bit of the gang conflict and some of the investigative techniques and procedures that we used to get us here today. So thank you.
My name is Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. And we know in these communities that strength is about building community, not destroying it. And in this case, leaving 2 young people in their grave. I want to thank the community that was here with our investigation team from the inception of this incident. Out on the night of the incident, we not only received investigative assistance from this community, but we also saw a community that was full of compassion and love. Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital, and making several 911 calls from this community that were used throughout our investigation that led ultimately, with their assistance, to some of the apprehensions in this case. I want to also thank the FBI, who has not only been an incredible partner to us throughout this investigation, but has also been a consistent partner to us throughout our fight, as Chief Shearbaum always says, against gangs, guns, and drugs. We have had a consistent partnership with the FBI that has aided us in suppressing our violent crime. And for our team members internally in the Atlanta Police Department that spent countless hours, investigative hours, a tandem approach, collaborative approach between homicide, between gangs, between our ACE unit, between our intelligence analysts, and several other internal units throughout the police department that spent countless hours working this case. I remember getting a call from the gang unit over 4th of July weekend asking to go up on a wiretap investigation. And subsequent to that call, the next 48 hours was spent on the phone with our district attorney's office, who was a great support to us throughout this investigation and trying to stand that T3 up. And through that investigation, our gang unit sacrificed vacations. Our gang unit sacrificed time with loved ones, sacrificed relationships throughout the course of this investigation. In 5,424 man-hours from July 10th through October 30th, that was spearheaded by the Atlanta Police Gang Unit in a wire room to ultimately assemble key facts and elements leading us to where we are in the investigation. And for the investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper who decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions. Ultimately, there are components of this investigation that led back to a prison in the state of Georgia where an illegal phone, a contraband phone, was used to orchestrate these acts. There was a hit called by a high-ranking gang member on the opposite side of that opposing rapper's gang. And I'll tell you today, that gang was Goodfellas. Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta. And we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence throughout our city. And lastly, I'll say, as Major Malecki indicated, there is still a $50,000 reward that is on the table for additional information in relationship to this case. And our detectives and our officers, through all of the internal units and external units that you see here today, will be knocking on doors and working with this community that has been so resilient to collect additional information to continue to move this investigation forward. Thank you.
These 3 juveniles, I mean, was it a crossfire situation? Were they targeted? Was there a gun battle between rival gang elements?
No, there was not. We do believe that the 3 juveniles, 2 were killed, 1 who was injured, they were just outside on the steps celebrating a birthday party. We don't believe that they were the intended targets of that gunfire. But these individuals that we have shown indiscriminately opened fire on that apartment complex, resulting in these 3 children getting injured and killed.
Follow-up question. The person who made the call for a hit from prison, that isn't one of the people who are already in jail. This is another individual we're talking about.
Yeah, the individual that orchestrated this from Hancock State Prison, he was already incarcerated.
So he's going to be charged in this?
Yeah, he has been charged.
Yeah, so I have a couple questions. The last 2 people, I know that you said that one of them was Trayvon Crawford. Who was the other person that you just arrested? Okay. And so then, are we going to name the gang on the other side? We named the Goodfellas, but what's the name of the gang that's affiliated with this rapper that we're not naming?
Yeah, at this time, so not to compromise the integrity of this investigation, we will not be naming that gang. It is a hyper-violent hybrid street gang here in the city of Atlanta, and there's subsequent information that will follow in the upcoming preliminary hearing.
So these guys are arrested with Goodfellas members?
Yes.